The Arab population in Israel, which is about 20% of the total population of Israel, live mainly in the Galilee. About probably 50% of the Arabs live in the Galilee. About 15% live in what we call the Northern Triangle and Haifa region. And then another 15% live in the other parts of the triangle towards the center of Israel. And then we have the southern, the Negev communities, which are also about 15% of the total Arab population. And then there are 10% of the Arab population living in the mixed cities. Now, the official policies, the official planning policies for a very long time were, first of all, confiscating Arab lands, mainly in the Galilee and in the Triangle, and in the Negev as well. So confiscation is the original governmental plan for taking most of the Arab lands from the Arab citizens and from the Arab township. And then there's the complementary, the planning complementary for confiscating the land, which is actually introducing more Jewish settlements in the regions where Arabs live mainly. In the heavily populated areas by Arabs, mainly in the Galilee and in the Wadi Ara, in the Northern Triangle, Al-Fahim, and Haifa region. Now the Judaization concentrated on the Galilee. There were hundreds of small Jewish settlements built around the Arab towns and villages, in between them, just to hinder and not allow their normal expansion and development. The same actually took place in Wadi Ara, in Al-Fahim, and the neighboring Arab towns there. It is very interesting and very concerning, actually very upsetting for the Arab population, that these Jewish settlements which were built on their lands, actually, because the lands on which these settlements were built actually belonged to the Arab towns in the very beginning. So these lands were taken from them, establishing new settlements on them, and not allowing the Arab citizens to go and live in these settlements. Actually, they were importing inhabitants for these settlements from the center of Israel, from Tel Aviv and other major Israeli cities, to come and live in these small communities. It's called communal settlements. The Seven Stars plan put forward by the late Prime Minister Sharon. At that time he was the Minister of Housing, the early 80s. He came up with this plan of building seven Jewish towns and settlements in the heavily populated area Wadi Ara. That's Al-Fahim, Arara, Ara, Kfur Qari', and the region there, which is really near the borders of the West Bank. And there's noticeable concentration of the Arab population there, and because of the idea and the hope of changing the demographic balance, that's the reason why Sharon came up with this plan to bring more Jewish citizens to live in that area in order to change the demographics of the area. One of them, Harish, is planned for 100,000 citizens actually to be built in between the Arab communities of Kfur Qari', Barta'a, Mesar, and Kufur Qara and Arara. And it was planned in the very beginning because of demographic reasons to absorb more Jewish ultra-Orthodox Jews, because they have high rate of birth, and the communities there live densely in Jerusalem and Bnei Brak and very few localities, so they wanted to establish for them a special city. Some of the lands within Kharish were privately owned by Arab citizens, and these were confiscated and provided for the establishment and for building of Kharish. So Kharish is becoming a major city there. It will attract more of the commerce, most of the commerce in the region. Even, you know, the commerce in the Arab towns, which is not so developed, cannot compete with new businesses which will be started in Kharish. So the impact of Kharish will be on the whole region, the whole area, with attracting the businesses and the money, the recreation of the people, of the inhabitants there. Kharish will substitute and will be the prominent city there, thus impacting adversely the situation of the Arab municipalities there.
אין לו מספיק קורסים, הוא מצמצם את הקורסים שישנם. אז בקצרין אני מכירה לפחות 10 משפחות שכולם עברו הכשרה מקצועית, ולאף אחד אין מקום עבודה כי התיירות בטבריה מתה. אז לאן הוא ישלח אותם? שיחבר את הנגב לפה, שייתן מסילות, שאנשים יוכלו לגור בנתיבות, בשדרות. דרך אגב היום נרצחה עוד אישה, אם זה מעניין את מישהו בנתיבות. על רקע מה? על רקע זה כיתה בבית, על רקע זה שמגיע 10,000 שקל, על רקע מה?
It starts from when I was a kid with Israel building the Road 6 near the village, which was like, there it was, I told you before, and as I said, it was all nature, beautiful nature. And then suddenly you see Road 6 really near the village that actually destroyed the whole nature look, and like nature look for the village. And like, as a kid you don't understand what is that, you just think it's another road. Each time you have like more boundaries and you see the existence of the military around. It's like brings a lot of tension to you as a kid, and as an adult you just start to think of like, what's this policy about, why they do this, and okay, then you understand the bigger picture, that they're doing that in a matter of like to stop any expansion, to stop any development land. I actually just got a message a couple of days ago that they're taking our land. You saw the land with all the olive oils in our house? They're taking that. And like just by one day, we just got a message, this land is not yours anymore. And more lands like near the road. It's like just like by night. They try to like stop it, protest, do something, go to the meetings and say something, but they don't have a say. Like, okay, we can protest for as long as they want, they're just gonna stop it. They're like, they don't count us. Like, you people, you're just gonna protest, be mad, okay, whatever, we're just gonna do whatever it takes to like achieve these goals. What can they do? Nothing. Like, really, I'm so pessimist about all this. They're gonna do it. Like, Israel, like, yeah, they're strong. They can do whatever they want. They're not interested in any Arab presence in the end in the country. So